scarlet blaze, shifting history. 5 months have passed since the attack on the Emperor, and 1182 nears a close. Though each army schemes, the battle maps barely change. But now, history is about to resume its course.
Today is a momentous day in Fodlan's history that people will mark for generations to come.
Then why do you look so conflicted?
I'm not conflicted, Claude. I'm just painfully aware of how much stronger I need to be. That's why I'm counting on you and the Alliance to make up the difference.
Hey, I've got feeling unprepared down to a science, so let's say we help each other out. If we work together, we can achieve what's best for both of us, right?
Indeed.
I have reviewed the terms, Your Majesty. All that remains is the placement of your seals.
Everything looks good to me. I'm especially glad we found a solution to the control of murder.
You've done fine work here, Hubert. Thanks. And thanks to you as well, Holst. You know I'm not good at this sort of thing.
I've never known you to shy away from ceremonial affairs like this. But it is the most significant pact since the founding of the Leicester Alliance, so your caution was most prudent. I must admit, I was quite nervous. Thankfully, I managed not to follow it up.
You surely jest. You did your work masterfully, without batting an eye. I am truly impressed that Leicester's most valiant general is so well versed in diplomacy.
Don't be insulting, Hubert. Sir Holst is a duke. A man can be brave in battle and still know how to get things done. Take our Minister of Military Affairs, for example.
A man for whom the term looks can be deceiving was likely invented.
Speaking of Count Burgleys, where is he? I thought he'd be here so we could go head-to-head. We never did get to finish our battle.
I'm afraid the Count couldn't make it, but perhaps you'd consider my bodyguard instead? I'm certain you'll find the challenge to your liking. Is this your first time meeting, by the way?
It is. Well, friend, care to go around with me?
They say this Holst character is the strongest man in Leicester. But is he as strong as the Ashen Demon?
I wouldn't miss it for the world.
Now that's what I like to hear.
I hope you mean later and not this very second. It would be a shame to get blood all over this nice paperwork.
Yes. All eyes are on us. We must make this a grand gesture and show our soldiers that Adrestia and Leicester have joined forces for a brighter future.
Well, let's get to it. As leader of all the lords and knights who sit at the round table of the Leicester Alliance, I, Claude von Regan, hereby swear this pact. Leicester pledges to work in harmony with the Adrestian Empire and do everything in its power to secure a peaceful future for Fodlan.
By the covenant between the red blood and the white sword that crowns the double-headed eagle, I, Edelgard von Raphael, hereby swear this pact. Adrestia pledges to work hand in hand with the Leicester Alliance to deliver peace to the land and secure a future for all its people.
The pact is sealed.
And now it is our job to uphold it.
Goodness, look how far you've risen. You're standing on the stage of history. I know you'll do great things. Yes, and greater things still.
Right then, we've got plenty of bright new faces here at the round table today. First, a brand new count ruling Gloucester. And Duke Goneril and Count Ordelia have decided that their heirs will sit for them.
Unfortunately, Lorenz and Lysithea can't join us, due to their responsibilities in the Imperial Army.
I called you here to give you notice. The Leicester Alliance is assenting to the Empire's request and sending troops to the Kingdom front. Houses Regan, Gloucester, and Daphne will be supplying most of the soldiers. And instead of the usual route through Aelel, we'll be invading Fraldarius directly by sea.
You're staying behind, right, Holst?
Indeed I am. Almyra is still an unknown quantity, and we've no idea if or when Prince Shahid might stage another attack. And the same goes for House Ordelia. They've had more than their share of troubles on their border. We agreed that shipping their army away might not be the most prudent of ideas.
And that's all she wrote. You'll find the details in the document you've all been given. I wish the kingdom would see they're between a rock named Adrestia and a hard place named Leicester and throw that white flag high, but of course they won't. So good luck, everyone. I'm counting on you.
And so, the Alliance has agreed to bring their troops to bear and attack the kingdom from the east. At the same time, we will resume our invasion from the west, using Arianrhod as a foothold. We'll subjugate the kingdom's lords one by one as we work our way toward Blaiddyd.
News of the Pact will doubtless have spread throughout the kingdom by now. Provided enough houses see the futility in fighting, we may be able to avoid unnecessary bloodshed. However, that is likely wishful thinking. We should instead expect the worst and prepare accordingly.
You think? Some of them already bent the knee to us once, along with Count Rowe. Wouldn't they jump at a chance to swap sides again?
An idea I am certain has already occurred to the king. Lately, we have been scrambling to reorganize, dealing with an attack by the Knights of Seiros and negotiating a pact with Leicester. And during that time, the winds of purgation have swept across Faerghus. In one fell swoop, the king has expunged most of the nobles likely to align with us.
Still, it's us and the Alliance against him, which means we've got the advantage. What's there to worry about?
The concern isn't that we'll lose. It's that winning might come at the cost of too many lives. What an utterly pointless, senseless thing to do. Oh, I find it all so very draining.
Whatever our intent, we're the instigators here. We can't expect the enemy to do anything less than defend their land with tooth and claw.
Speak for yourself. If someone invaded my territory, I'd hand over lands and titles on a silver platter, especially if I had no chance of winning.
There is truly no other noble like you, Linhard. And perhaps no person at all for that matter. Regardless, we must proceed with caution. When people think someone is after what they possess, they respond with fear, even if the thought is all in their head. In the eyes of the people of Faerghus, there is no limit to what evils the Empire might visit upon them.
My father started saying he can't sleep because he's scared the old church is coming to Garreg Mach to kill him. From the sound of my mother's letters, he's really shaken up.
Remember that the kingdom has much coldness. We must not forget to be bundling up like people of the snow. Our Petra is always ready for what lies ahead. I wish I had better understanding of your Fodlan ways, so I could be giving more assistance to everyone.
Don't worry about it, Petra. With all the different factions in this thing, even we have a hard time keeping it straight. This almost seems so backward compared to the way things were in Brigid.
In any case, the battles ahead will be more brutal than any we have yet fought. Keep a vigilant eye out for both yourselves and each other. That is all. Dismissed.
Guess things aren't gonna be so easy anymore. We're under some real pressure to win.
Yes. Shall we?
I have a strategy.
I have a proposition.
What?
I have...
Hey!
I have a strategy. I will endeavor my hardest.
Shall we? What do you think?
Hey!
Hunger is the true enemy.
Solid, solid.
Oh, this looks great. I'm gonna demolish this puppy for sure.
This surprise pleases me. How did you know I would have enjoyment of this?
Come back whenever you're hungry. Hunger is the true enemy. Come back whenever you're hungry. I carry a little of everything here. You've got an eye for quality, friend. 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 Hope to see you again soon.
Training can be the difference between victory and defeat.
Power is now being mine.
One step at a time.
Can't wait to get back out there.
Is now being mine.
One step at a time.
I had this power within me all the while?
This to good use.
A new power is now being mine.
I'll surely put this to good use.
Time to work you into shape.
My style may change, but my mission does not.
I hope I can handle this.
power is now being mine.
This'll help me break new boundaries.
This is suitable.
I'm getting better. A new power is now being mine.
This'll help me break new boundaries.
Prowess means nothing without resolve.
That should come in handy.
I am capable of so much more.
Not that there's any point in me getting stronger.
I work to grow.
One step at a time.
To think I still have hidden talents.
This is suitable.
Can't wait to get back out there.
Training can be the difference between victory and defeat. With proper training, you'll be unstoppable.
Oh, Edelgard. I'm glad I found you. Got a few?
Of course. What is it?
Well, remember how Hubert laid into me after the Knights of Seiros raided Enbar? It got me thinking. What do I need to do for you to trust me again?
Nothing. Hubert and I stopped doubting you the moment that business was behind us. You worked tirelessly for me, and I'm grateful for that. So please, there's no need to worry.
Still, we have no idea when those who slither in the dark might try to interfere again. Honestly, it kind of feels like there's more I should be doing to help. Like I'm just floating around without a purpose or something.
Very well. What do you propose?
If I had to pick something, I'd say protecting you would be my top priority. Everyone's got a bone to pick with you, especially the Church and those who slither in the dark, and they won't rest till they have your head. After all, the Imperial Army's not gonna lose if we've got you at the top handing down orders. And I figure Hubert will stay off my back as long as I put my energy into keeping you safe. Then you can lead us to victory, and we'll all live trustfully ever after.
Perhaps, but I think you're forgetting something. The only way to protect me is by staying at my side, and therein lies a conundrum. Allowing you that close to me would in itself be proof of my trust, without which you would have never earned such an opportunity in the first place.
I know that. Still, I can't help but feel like that's what I've got to do to prove myself to you. Please, Edelgard. Even if it just means shielding you from your enemies.
Very well. Do as you will. In the meanwhile, I'll tell Hubert... Well, I'm not entirely sure what I will tell him. At the very least, we know those who slither in the dark are able to shapeshift at will. So, in a way, it doesn't matter who I choose to surround myself with. They could just as well turn out to be someone wholly different.
Thanks, Edelgard. I honestly could have sworn you were gonna say no.
Of course. What I truly want to know is why you'd risk your life just to earn my trust.
Do you really have to ask? You reshaped my entire life. Before I met you, I had nobody. I was nobody. But you still chose me of all people to command one of your armies. Now I can't walk down the street without people yelling my name. And I've got a great life surrounded by amazing friends. All of it possible because of you.
That's not true. You would not have earned this post if you lacked the talent.
Maybe now, but before you came along, nobody in the Empire gave a Pegasus's backside about talent. You gave me a seat at the table when no one else would.
Ah, I see.
If you want proof you've changed the world, just take a look at me. Because this gal, she's a whole new person thanks to you.
This war is going on and on. Do you think we will ever have sight of the end?
Yeah, I do. Maybe not today or tomorrow, but it's definitely out there on the horizon.
It will be good to be putting this war behind us. When the war is finished, what are you wishing to do?
That's a pretty big question.
Then I will give more clarity. How will you be supporting yourself when your contract is completed? If you have the desire, you could come to Bridget with me.
Wait, seriously? I thought you were just pulling my leg about that.
I would never be pulling your legs. Also, I am speaking with seriousness. After losing the war with the Empire, Bridget was forced into becoming a vassal state. But this war is giving Bridget the chance to stand on equal feet again. We will be opening our borders to Fodlan. The exchanges between us will flourish. I am needing a person I can trust to give me help with this. Please, accept my apologies if the offer was given with too much suddenness.
No, it's not that. I was just taking a moment to admire you. This war has been particularly ugly, and it seems like we're tearing each other apart on a daily basis. The people like you and Edelgard are already thinking about what comes next, how to plan for it. You're every bit the ruler they are.
No, I am different. I am the Queen of Bridget. We are the proud Isles, placed upon the sea by the spirits, who are watching over us to this day. Our future has the brightness of the sun. I am hoping you will be at my side as we are shaping it.
Powerful words, and I'm happy you put that much stock in me. Honestly, it's a good fit. I've got nothing tying me down. No family, no titles, no property to speak of.
I am not asking for your answer in this moment. I know your sword is sold right now. But when this war is over, I hope the making of a decision is at the top of your to-be-doing list. That is why I am approaching you so early, because I am very, very sneaky.
Fair enough. I'll keep that in mind. And I don't blame you for trying to sneak ahead of the competition. Honestly, I'm kind of flattered. So, how about this? Let's both make it through this war unscathed and decide what comes next together.
Hey, I was wondering if I could ask you something. I heard that you don't have any parents. Is that right?
Yeah, the woman who raised me died, and I don't even know who my birth parents are.
That must be tough for you, huh?
It's okay. They all died a long time ago, so I don't feel sad or anything like that now. But I do wonder who I really am sometimes. I don't have even the slightest memory of my birth parents.
Well, you might not know who you are, but you still work hard and you keep your chin up through it all. That makes you super strong in my book.
Hey, Raphael. Your parents are gone too, right?
Yeah, both my mom and pa died in an accident.
Well then, you're just as strong as I am. You work harder than anyone I know, and you do it all with the biggest grin in the world.
Of course! It's easy when you love training as much as I do. Hey, I just realized something. We've sure got a lot in common. Our parents aren't with us anymore. We're both commoners scraping our way through this war, and most importantly...
What can be more important than that?
Both of us have got some serious brawn!
I appreciate that, but our body types are completely different. Not sure this really counts as brawn.
Sure, you're a little scrawnier than me, and maybe a lot smarter. But you know, my brain's been getting a constant workout ever since we opened the inn.
You have an inn?
Oh, yeah. I went home and started one up with my grandpa and little sis once the academy shut down. Running a business like that takes a surprising amount of muscle. Sure, there's regular stuff like hauling things around, but you need brain power too. If you ever want to make a profit, you have to pay real close attention to keeping the books straight. I mostly let my sis handle that stuff though. That muscle still needs more work for me. Which means I'm in charge of the cooking. But that has its own share of problems.
Yeah, it can be tough to find your footing when you switch jobs, especially if you have to start doing things outside your wheelhouse. Trust me, I've had my fair share of growing pains getting used to the army life. Everything's way different from how it worked with my merc groups.
But don't you just fight? That doesn't seem so different to me.
As a mercenary, the only thing you're responsible for is yourself. Show up and do the job right, and you'll get your pay. But having soldiers to command, people I'm in charge of beyond just myself, that's a huge change for me. And there's way more to military work than just plain combat. Stuff like managing resources, making sure everyone has the weapons and armor they need. I don't think I'm bad at math per se, but it's definitely not something I'm used to doing. And the more stuff there is to keep track of, the harder it all gets.
Hey, you're not so good at using your brain either. We're practically twins. That makes us pals now, right? I've got your back, so you just keep on working hard, buddy.
Right back at ya. Let's keep fighting the good fight.
Hey, just the guy I wanted to see.
Ah, Balthus. Do you need me?
Yep. Got some hush-hush stuff I want to talk to you about. So let's go somewhere private.
Goodness, whatever could it be?
It must be serious if we need to discuss it in a private setting.
So, what do you know about the Claude investigation?
I fear I have no idea what you are talking about. Did this request come from my father, perchance?
Yeah, I figured you might be in the dark.
Indeed, this is the first I have heard of it, though I believe he may have spoken to me once regarding something similar. Still, I am surprised he would ask such a thing of you. Also, how do you even know my father?
You know I've borrowed a lot of money from all kinds of folks, right? Well, your pops is on that list. I'm as broke as can be, so he put me to work to pay it back. That's how I ended up looking into Claude. I think that was around the time I decided to hide under Garrick Mach.
I am relieved to hear you know him for surprisingly normal reasons.
Hey, what's that supposed to mean?
Still, I wonder why my father would lend money to a base mercenary such as yourself.
Just gonna ignore that last part, huh? Now I know where the phrase like father like son comes from. Anyway, I'll answer your question. I may not look it, but I actually used to be a noble.
You, a noble? Pray, keep your jests in check, sir.
No joke. The full name's Balthus von Albrecht. I'm surprised you didn't know. Claude and Hilda both did.
Does this mean you have connections with Lord Holst?
Yeah, we're old buddies. I was the heir to my house too, so we got to see each other a lot.
An heir? Goodness me, I apologize for my ignorance. To think a boorish man so lacking in honor and grace would be a noble.
Hey, easy. I'll have you know I was actually the lord of the house. It wasn't till after I inherited the title that I left.
Such a thought staggers the imagination, but I will accept it for the time being. And I feel I now understand your relationship to my father.
You just sort of say whatever pops into your head, don't you? Still, you better think twice about that brutal honesty of yours. Especially since you're the Count now.
You may be right. Thank you for the counsel.
I carry a little of everything here. Hope to see you again soon. Hunger is the true enemy.
Solid, solid.
No. Did you really? Oh, you did. This is my absolute favorite. Thank you.
Oh, yes. This is definitely one of the foods I love.
Come back whenever you're hungry. Hunger is the true enemy.
Yeah, the flavor's not really there. Might want to try something different next time.
Oh, this is the best! Let's eat! I'm surprised you know what I like. Thank you. This is wonderful.
Come back whenever you're hungry. Hunger is the true enemy.
Yeah, the flavor's not really there. Might want to try something different next time.
Someone knows my weakness. Thanks.
I see someone has been digging into my culinary preferences. Well, who am I to say no?
Come back whenever you're hungry. Hunger is the true enemy.
Yeah, the flavor's not really there. Might want to try something different next time.
Hey, my favorite! You sure know how to brighten a guy's day.
For me? Really? Well, that's very kind of you. Let's eat it together.
Come back whenever you're hungry.
Care to make yourself useful?
Counting on you both.
Oh yeah, we've got this!
I always get the job done, and I'm thorough.
We all must do our fair share.
And that reminds me, I actually found myself at a noble's tea party not too long ago.
Oh, you must be talking about Ferdy, right? He does love his tea.
No. It happened while I was doing some work as a bodyguard. The nobles who threw the party even gave me a cup of tea to show their appreciation. I didn't really know what to make of it, though. Hard to say if it was even good or bad.
Understandable. Settings like that tend to choke the flavor out of any food or drink you happen to come across, among other things.
Yeah, I'm not sure I'm built for all that fancy stuff. Hey, remember when I asked you to sing for me? You belted out a verse from one of your operas. It kinda reminded me of that tea. It's like, I just don't have the background for that sort of stuff. If you don't grow up in it, you're not gonna get it.
Everyone has a right to those things, though. Taking in a tragic opera, letting an elegant meal dance across your taste buds.
Nobody should be excluded from those pleasures just because they were born a commoner.
It'd be good if that's how things worked.
You think it's not?
Take my time back as a mercenary. I would have gladly eaten a half-cooked rat if it meant I was getting food in my belly. It's only since I joined up with this army that my palate's become a little more discerning. What I'm saying is, if you never have the chance to eat good food, then you'll never know what good food is supposed to taste like. Not that that's necessarily a bad thing, but...
In that case...
Dorothea?
Oh, sorry. I got a bit caught up in my thoughts there. But I think it might be just as you say. Will you indulge me for a moment?
Sure. What's on your mind?
When I first started singing, I did it for me. Only me. But it wasn't long until Manuela discovered my gift. So, I joined the opera company. It felt... incredible. I wanted the whole world to hear my singing. But once I became a songstress, I started attracting more and more attention from the nobles. Before I knew it, I wasn't singing for myself anymore. I was singing for them. Now you can't even appreciate my songs if you weren't born with a silver spoon in your mouth.
I don't think that's true at all. Everyone can learn to love it if they want. The only reason I didn't understand was because I didn't have much interest in opera before now. So don't belittle yourself like that. Your singing is incredible, Dorothea.
I appreciate that. I really do. But I still can't help but wonder. Send a flower to battle and watch it bloom.
There's no time to waste.
The fight starts now.
We have to... Leave this one to me. That's my cue.
You can count on me.
I'll do my best.
All right, here I go. There's...
Strengthen our defenses.
The disadvantage is nothing to fear. We will turn this around.
Defense!
This stronghold is my stage, and I don't intend to surrender the spotlight.
All would be lost if I were to die here.
Let's go!
I vow to defend this location.
No one's taking this place while I'm here.
Give them no quarter!
Still improving.
Pretty good for a scrawny merc.
Sorry, we weren't strong enough.
Enemy down.
I can't take my eyes off you when you fight.
You shall pay for this, you heathen!
Let me help you. We can ill afford defeat here.
Don't mind if I do. This is just the beginning.
Astonishing. I had no idea you were that powerful.
You shall pay for this, you hear?
We'll keep this place safe. Let it end like this.
We're not losing to anyone!
I've got that.
I can't believe we fended them off.
I'm making my muscles proud!
I won't let myself stop here.
We've finished laying out where the troops will be positioned, Claude. But, are you sure about this?
Am I sure about what?
This isn't even remotely like a standard attack formation. It's like you're going out of your way to limit casualties.
Not true. The moment the enemy drops their guard, we'll swarm them like a pack of bees.
And if they don't drop their guard?
Then I guess we'll just sit here making angry faces at each other.
Okay, come on. This strategy is not helpful.
Look, just by being here, we're drastically reducing the number of Kingdom soldiers the Imperial Army has to deal with, right? Which means we don't have to kick our troops into action until the Empire has marched further north. Once they're positioned to seize Blathed territory, that's when we'll move.
And if it all goes wrong, the losses could have catastrophic consequences for the future of the Alliance.
I'm not used to you being so worried about the big picture, Hilda. You've grown.
I wasn't going to stay a kid forever, you know.
Apparently not. I'm impressed.
Look, Hilda, I promise you, your fears are misplaced this time. The Empire's already compensated us for any potential losses, and will continue to do so. You don't think I would have signed that fancy pact if they weren't taking care of us, right?
Sure, but are they good for their word? Because I have doubts about that. I want to believe the pact will hold, I really do. But they strike me as folks who won't think twice about sticking an axe between your shoulders if the situation calls for it.
Fortunately, I can be pretty ruthless myself when it suits me. If I don't like something the Empire's doing, it might even be me who ends up breaking the pact.
If that's supposed to make me feel better, it is absolutely not working.
Easy, easy. I'm just throwing out a what-if here. Just promise that you'll always have my back, even when things look their worst, all right? I need you.
Oh, fine. But only because it's you.
A report, Your Majesty. The Imperial Army marches on Western Faerghus.
Just when we'd brought peace back to the area, too. We should get ready to provide aid at once.
Rodrigue has already been dispatched to Mateus, along with all the soldiers I can currently spare. And I've sent Annette and Gustav to the Baron's side, though if it's for better or worse is yet to be seen. I don't doubt we'd all ride to the rescue if we could, but that's clearly not possible given the situation.
Agreed. Now that Claude's joined up with the enemy, we can't risk doing anything foolish. If we move our soldiers even a breath away from the northeast, the Alliance will be all over us.
All we can do now is divide our forces to keep the enemy in check and meet their attacks as they come. We never should have let this happen in the first place. But who could have seen the Empire and Alliance forming such a union?
Boar, are you seriously going to just stand by and watch? They'll overrun us if we don't stem the tide.
Though it smacks of desperation, I'm told the Western Front has enlisted the services of Gerald's mercenaries. They're the same band that carried the battle at Magdred Way, so I hope we can make good use of them again.
Is this really the plan? Burn through mercenaries while we hole up here?
Do try not to be so grim. The Empire has pushed rapid reforms on the land over these last few years. Not everyone was happy to have such changes thrust upon them, and that includes their new friends in the Alliance. The Empire is leaning over the kingdom with such greed that they might yet trip over their own feet.
Do you think there will be revolts?
I'm certainly not going to plan my strategy around it, but there have been whispers, yes. The old ways must die. With that, I agree. But shove that down the people's throats, and you risk breaking the very land you're trying to rule.
Yes. We've grappled for years with the aftermath of trying to enact reform.
Change is a painful process, but rushed change will set the region to rot from the inside out.
I wonder why they're so intent on doing this the quick and dirty way.
It's difficult to say. Perhaps were things different, we might have found some common ground, some harmonious way forward. But I've lost too many I care about to this war. Ingrid chief among them. When I think about what they fought for, what they died for, there can be no turning back.
Right. Right.
Huh.
Allow me to assist with any matters regarding the facilities. Let me know if I may be of further service.
Time to work you into shape.
Well, this'll take some getting used to.
I will hew my own path with this power.
With proper training, you'll be unstoppable.